1 faulty down here in the shop. Doing some little preventive maintenance is what I call it. Preventive maintenance. After I'm done with this tractor, which is gonna probably be about another month or so, I got a little more fall tillage I'm gonna do with it. I got some road work I'm gonna do with it. I'm gonna video some of that in out. And by the way, I got a lot of more video recorded on my phone and my wife's phone. Anybody does anything with stuff like this, they know you got a downtime, from November to March. And randomly, we're going to upload some of that stuff there that we have recorded. Yeah, I uploaded some, but I ain't uploaded all of it. Kind of prioritizing it. Probably going to upload this one here soon. I see this question all the time. My arms ain't level. My cultivator arms ain't level. Well, I went through this on the Super A. I couldn't figure it out. I said, I don't understand why won't this work like this. I think I got it figured out. Figured this out a couple of years ago. I still see the question. All right. You get on this side and really show you. Watch your spring off. And I comment on someone's YouTube video. They keep bending these arms. They keep bending this arm here, the spring arm. They keep bending it. I comment on the video. You're bending it because it's not flexing. All right, this little rod, goes inside of the bigger rod. Let me get the camera here where you see it. The little rod slides inside the bigger rod. And that's your down pressure. Whatever the spring tension, the spring is your down pressure. I'm trying to hold the camera and lift up on the arms. And you see how the spring flexes? Side flexes. Well, if this little rod is rusted and froze inside of this big rod, it's not going to do that. And you're going to have constant down pressure on this. And eventually you're going to bend these arms. You're going to bend them or you're going to break some. I have did it. So I have a straight blade that goes under here, a homemade one. I'm going to get some video footage of that in action and probably, I'm going to do my driveway with it. I try to do my driveway twice a year, and we do the hunting pass once a year. I'm gonna get some video on that in the next couple of weeks. I have put a straight ball in here, a straight piece of metal in here. I didn't do it with these. I have put a straight piece of metal in here and constant pressure down on that blade. It's not a good idea. You'll break some. You break these ears. You break anything off of here. These tractors mine's a '59 model, so it's nowhere near new. That's supposed to flex like that. If you're having problems bending this, your arms is probably, this little small rod is probably rusting inside this big rod, and it won't slide, and it's solid. All right. Next question I see. We got a tropical storm here in Southern Virginia. The water's running under the door because we're supposed to get 4 to 5 inches of rain. But anyway, got all the rust off of that too. That was a bear to get the rust off. I got a video I had cultivating yesterday before this rain got here. Since I love my YouTube channel so much, I didn't need the fertilizer dry, but I put it on there just for my camera mount. Because it really ain't nowhere else efficiently to mount my phone mount. Anyway, we ain't talking about phone mounts. We're talking about, this is going to be a leveling video. Real simple, real easy. It's easy to watch it on video than somebody trying to explain to you. This is how you level your arms up. I don't see no other way of doing it. Yeah, this is threaded. I moved these before. I moved it on this one. I moved it on the A. I haven't seen no. If there's any difference in it, this is threaded. You can lengthen and shorten this a little bit. That haven't made no substantial difference on it. I did it on both of these tractors, and I just set both of them the same. by the length. I'd measure them from here to there, approximately. I think this one's like 11.5 inches from the end of this. I just set both of them the exact same and leave them be. All right, you loosen these up. This is your bars working. I've done this because I didn't think this one was working. I thought this one was froze because I couldn't pick it up with my hand. But you loosen these locks here, which I'll take this one out when you see what it does. All right. All that does is lock that spring. It locks this spring onto this bar. So the spring cannot move. So that's your downforce. Right now I got it loose. You can see it's moving off. I get the bolt back in there. Right now you see it's loose. It moves all over the place. It's loose now. That you loosen those up, and if that rod isn't froze inside of this little rod end, ain't froze inside of this, it'll do this. It'll slide in and out. See the spring's not moving? It'll slide. All right, you see this is moving. I'm picking up the arms, and the other side isn't moving. All right, this is how I do it. It may be correct, it may not be correct. This is on a concrete floor. I'm trying to hold the phone and everything else. I measured. Yeah, look, you ain't got to be precise. That's 17.75. The end of that bar. Whatever you want. You can measure the end of this one. Whatever you got here to measure to. A lot of people buy these tractors, do nothing to cultivate with. I do everything. Well, I farm half when you can farm all. Say 17.75. It ain't got to be perfect. It ain't got to be down to the last inch or whatever. Come over here. See, this is the problem I'm running into. I can't hold it. I can't hold everything. What I'm gonna do here, since I can't hold everything, I'm just gonna explain how you do it. I can't physically do it. And you got to hold this up to the ruler and then tighten it up. Bring this side up to 17.25 or 3/4, and you take your wrench and you lock the spring down. And when you let go of it, it'll stay there. That's all you do. It's that simple. That's how you level your arms. I see a lot of people on Facebook groups comment on YouTube videos. How do I level my arms? One side's higher than the other. Normally, this side is going to be lower than the other side if you have the cultivator frames on it. And I'll be happy to explain why. This is the side you stand on to get on the tractor every time. So this side is always being pushed down by your weight, getting on and off of it. Now I just put a little light coat of paint on. I'm gonna probably paint the whole tractor in January, February. I hate painting that time of year because it's hard. I like it because I don't have the bugs to worry with. If you ever painted anything before, bugs are terrible this time of year, but you got the Mother Nature's heat to help you cure the paint versus wood stove. But anyway, I just threw a little light coat on. I'm gonna paint the whole tractor anyway. I just did that to stop surface rust. But anyway, that's all you do. You got to make sure these arms are working. If these arms ain't working, you're putting constant. If they're not working, them arms ain't working. You putting constant pressure. All the hydraulic power that this tractor has is going in these arms. And that's not a good thing. See, that ain't working great. You pick it up and move it. While I am down here with this rainstorm, I'm going to do multiple things here and hopefully help some people out and has these tractors. But I'm going to be doing something. I'm gotta get some play out of these arms. It's not real hard. This one don't have much play. This one got very little Very little play in these arms. But I'm gonna show you how to shim these up and get that play out. And I'm gonna show you how to drill and tap and thread these pivot points for grease fittings. Why H didn't put them on there from the factory, I have no idea. I have no clue, because everything else on the tractor that moves, kind of like why they didn't put a grease fitting on them hubs. I don't know. I add my own to it. I can show you how to do those too. But anyway, make sure these arms are working correctly. Because if these arms ain't working correctly, I'm not calling no names on the YouTube channel. I'm not calling no names. I don't think he quite understood one minute of my comment. If these arms ain't working correctly, you're gonna bend that arm, you're gonna break stuff on, you're gonna break your other arms too. I've seen those broke off also. That's another weak point. That arm needs to work. That needs to flex. So you're not putting all the hydraulic downforce on your implement on the bottom. I don't worry about it too much in the dirt with scratches or anything. I'm not worried about it too much. I'm not sure what this guy did, but he was straightening his for the umpteenth time. So I'm not sure what I think it was rolling cultivators what he was bending his with, which makes more sense. They don't go deep in the ground. So you can put a lot of pressure on them because they're not like these. These are dig on down in the ground. Rolling cultivator's not gonna go but so deep. But you will bend that bar and you will break other stuff under that tractor if them arms are not functioning properly. And those bars is how you level these arms. I can't physically show you how to do it. I explained to you how to do it. I can't got enough hands. Well, I could have used a chain horse to held it up, I guess, but I won't prepare it. All that. Just pick this up like this with your spring loose. How that moves. Pick this up. Get your measurement right. Block it up, jack it up, whatever you got to do. And then you lock them locks back down in their level. That's all you do. Make sure them springs, that arm is working correctly. If you need, unless the spring is broke, it's repairable. Unless that spring breaks, it's repairable. The one on the Super A was terrible, to say the least. I had to, I'm trying to remember what I did. I think I slid this on down to the end, one way or the other. I don't think you're going to be able to see it, but anyway, I did. I took this apart. I twisted these apart. These are twist apart. The spring is basically threaded on here, on this part. I took them off. If yours is froze, if you don't have a torch or access to a torch, you got to heat this barrel piece. When you heat steel, you expand it. You want to expand this piece. Don't heat the little piece. You're wasting your time heating that little piece. You want to heat the big piece because the little piece is inside the big piece. You want to expand the big piece away from the little piece and tap it with a hammer and it'll come loose. And once you get it pulled apart, you pull it apart, it'll come apart in two pieces. This rod, two-piece rod. You pull it apart, saying all the rust and gunk off of this, if they're froze, if it won't slide, and put anti-seize on and put it back together, you should be good to go. If the tractor's probably been stored inside of a building for a long period of time, you probably won't have no problem with it. Outside, there's a problem. I don't like storing none of my stuff outside. Yeah, unless I leave it outside during the week and it has a quick rain shower that's not planned. A lot of times I get my wife to put a tractor up. But anyway, that's how you level your arms up. I would not run it with them arms, that bar solid. If you cannot repair that arm, Birch Store sells that arm used. Birch Store tractors sell that arm. The A130, 140, and the 100 has the same arm. Now, I believe a cub will work in a pinch. It's pouring and raining outside. But I believe you can take a cub. Let me see here. I believe you can take, this is a cub arm. I believe you can take this cub. You can use a cub arm if you're in a pinch. I believe you can put that cub arm, put it through there like that, and put that in there. And that may exact same. This is a little more wimpier. You'll have it turn around backwards, but I believe it'll work. This one's for a cub. You can see the difference in it. It's really supposed to go like this. How it's supposed to go. But I believe it'll work in a pinch if you ain't had nothing else. Put the pin through it, that in, and then put your boulder pin through that in. I believe the cub arm will work in a pinch. I'm gonna take all this stuff to brush these cub parts to. I got the entire cub frame there. I use what I could on the A and the 140. I don't think I'm needing on the rest of it. I might keep them two arms. Not sure. Unless you break that spring or you bend it crazily dumb, bend that bar. You shouldn't need a bar, or you lose it. Anyway, we got some more road work we're gonna be doing, and I got some tillage work I'm gonna be doing with the 140. Might do a little bit with the Super A2. And I'm gonna put new seals this winter and them final drives on the rear. And that I'm gonna rebuild that touch control. I'm not gonna film all of that. I'm gonna film the important stuff. And I try not to ramble my videos. Nobody wants to hear about you rambling. They want to see what the title's about. But hopefully you got the idea of how important these arms are to move. And that's how you level. I don't see nowhere else on this tractor level his arms, but right here. This side's usually lower because this side you stand on. Probably wouldn't hurt to put it a smidge up, quarter, half inch higher than this side. But anyway, y'all get the idea. As I'm gonna video some more stuff. I'm gonna video how you install grease pins. I'm gonna do that too. But anyhow, you like what you see, like and subscribe. If not, keep scrolling.